Welcome back, everyone, to Let's Talk Manufacturing. I'm your host, Rick Jenkins. Many industries are experiencing workforce challenges these days, and the advanced manufacturing industry is, of course, no exception. Finding the right employees is not always easy, especially when unemployment rates are minuscule. Manufacturers not only have jobs to fill, but they must build a modern workforce, one that is savvy enough to work with all this Industry 4.0 technology that now runs our smart factories. So how do we build that workforce? Here to share some insight is Jared Mogan. He is the Vice President of Operations at MAU Workforce Solutions. Jared, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
It is good to have you here. You are with MAU Workforce Solutions, and you guys just celebrated 50 years in business, I believe last year, right?
That's right.
So you guys have been around quite some time, and you know a thing or two about manufacturing. It's your specialty.
Yep, absolutely.
Well, what I want to talk to you today is about the problems that we are having in the advanced manufacturing world with finding new folks, of course, and keeping jobs filled. And I think one of the reasons is, and you tell me, but there's a lot of technology that we've been talking about. And finding people to run that technology, man that technology, and understand it has to be difficult, right?
Absolutely, it is. And I think there's kind of two sides of the coin. You know, a lot of this technology is being introduced into manufacturing because of some of the workforce challenges, and also to become more efficient and productive. If you can increase your line speeds by introducing a cobot or a robot, that's what manufacturers are going to do. I will say, though, that we have also on the other side of this a unique opportunity to identify the younger talent, the younger generation who grew up with using technology. Identify those individuals who may be good fits for operating a piece of equipment that didn't exist 10 years ago, a robot, or programming that robot, or thinking about the technology that goes into logistics and supply chain. And so while this new technology can be challenging to identify talent to run and operate it, we have a unique opportunity with the generation that grew up with this type of technology or is growing up with this type of technology, and matching those two, we're in a unique spot for that.
You know, I know when I was young, if somebody, and they had this type of technology when I was young, if somebody had come to me and said, hey, Rick, you can do this, you can work with a robot, you can do all of this cool stuff, man, I'd have been all over it. I think that the real challenge seems to be is making them understand what it is you can actually do in this business.
Absolutely. And, you know, it's funny you say that. There are some really great programs, specifically in the upstate of South Carolina, that are focused on just that. There are some of the trade schools, some of the tech schools, specialty schools in the upstate. I know quite a few, and we're partnered with them. And they are doing amazing things. In the high school students come over to these programs and get the opportunity to work on robots. They get to work on building artificial intelligence models. They get to work on 3D printers. It's pretty fascinating what they get to do.
And who wouldn't want to do that? And I think one of the keys, Jared, is, and you know this, we've talked about it before on here, is that we have to make moms and dads aware that manufacturing is a cool job. This ain't your daddy's manufacturing anymore. Right? We're not looking for people to come in and just turn bolts and turn a wrench. We're looking for people to, as you say, manage the cool robots. Mom and dad have to understand that, right?
Absolutely. And sometimes it's more of a challenge convincing them than it is convincing the job seeker.
Right.
Making sure that we're educating them and preparing the minds of the parents to prepare the minds of the children, so that when they're ready and of age to begin working, we have that workforce, right. and they're skilled, they're ready to go.
Well, the workforce today is different than the workforce from yesterday, which was different than the workforce from the day before that. And now we're dealing with Gen Z folks, and they are different than me, and they are different than you. Are manufacturers prepared to manage Gen Z folks the way they've always managed in the past, or do they have to do something different?
They have to do something different, for sure. And, we've got the opportunity to work with a lot of great manufacturing customers all across the Southeast. And one thing that is true is we are all having to be creative about the offering for the next generation. They want flexibility. They want a clear career progression. They want to understand what's next. And and feel that my employer is preparing me for what's next. They want tech. They're interested in technology. They also want a work-life balance, and sometimes that's difficult when you're working a 24/7 operation.
Right.
Is how do we create that balance? So yes, manufacturing traditionally has been fairly rigid. How do we introduce more flexibility into that?
Right.
And we've had a lot of customers come up with great solutions to ensure that we're providing that to the workforce of today.
When you say customer, you mean a manufacturer?
Manufacturer.
Right.
Yes,
So your manufacturing customers understand that we got to change.
Yes.
We can't do it the way we've always done it. We have to manage them the way they need to be managed.
That's true.
I'm going to get you out of here on this. One of the other problems I think that we have, not only in this industry, but a lot of them, is we have a skills gap. And yes, that relates to new folks as we hire them, but it also relates to existing employees that are within an operation. I think sometimes right now we have to hire folks from within that we might not normally hire from within because we just can't find the right people. And there is a skills gap there that might exist, that does exist, which requires training, maybe more importantly than it's ever been before. Yes?
Yes, absolutely. There's a Deloitte study out that many people quote, but it predicts that 60% there will be 60% more jobs open than we have today. I think it's 2.1 million jobs come 2030 due to technology, and we just don't have the talent to handle all of the technology.
That's right.
And so another example of a manufacturing customer who is working with a local technology school, a tech school. They have customized a training program that is built for their operation, that is all around the use of technology, Industry 4.0, advanced manufacturing. It's one example of something that a manufacturer is doing uniquely to get ahead of some of those challenges. Mm-hmm. And I believe that manufacturing, especially over the past 5 years with just the headaches and the hurdles, the logistics, the supply chain challenges, they are in a unique spot to take advantage of some of those opportunities, but also it's very challenging because how do you slow down to stop and plan? And we get the unique opportunity to come alongside many of those manufacturers and help create some of those solutions for them.
Good stuff, Jared. Thanks for being here, man.
Thank you.
Folks, that's Jared Mogan. He is the Vice President of Operations at MAU Workforce Solutions. We're going to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.